The Australian side out on the field. Wally Lewis, the captain. Paul Vaughton is there. Let's have a look at the Australian card here. Now, the team pretty well intact from the first two tests. The one big change, Martin Bella, wearing number 8. Coach, of course, Don Furner. The Great Britain side has been changed around, but the most important change is Paul Hume, number 9, the hooker. Hugh Waddell, number 10 in the front row, and Roy Powell wearing number 12, the coach, Malcolm Riley. The referee, Francis Duplat. Just about set here now for the third and final encounter of the bicentennial test. There's the kickoff. Straight away, Gregory takes the ball. He gets it back to Stevenson. Pumped down with some big defence. Well, Jack, this referee, you've already mentioned him. What about Martin Bella's selection?
Well, his last game in the Queensland game was pretty good. That was in the State of Origin, but his 2 previous club games, he's played more like Bella Star than Martin Bella. I thought it was very ordinary stuff.
Comments from Jack Gibson as Great Britain flick the ball back, but they get a penalty because Australia's offside. Hume coming back for Waddell, a new player. Stocky sort of a player. But, was injured early in the tour, but looks pretty fit this afternoon and raring to go. Comes back for Hume. That's David Hume. 2 brothers playing today. We mentioned that was creating history back in the second test when they both came on. And of course, both in the starting lineup this afternoon. David Stevenson. This is Gregory. On to Ward. Fullerton, Smith and Lewis in there. Hume dummy half out to Gregory. They look to switch it. There goes the kick. Plenty of chasers coming through to a pressure kick. The ball is loose. But the referee had already called them back, and Gary Jack. Is it Gary Jack? No, there's an Australian down. Let's have a look at this again. Jack, it wasn't a bad kick.
Pretty fine kick. I can't work out what's happened here. He's given a 25 tap. I thought Australia knocked the ball on. I have to look at that in replay. I'm confused.
Taken by Hume. Pearce, pretty keen to do some running this afternoon, Wayne Pearce.
Well, he's always keen at that. He takes it up and there's no one else there. He didn't have a receiver, so he just had to run it.
Andrew Eddinghausen with a fine breakdown. Still going, Eddinghausen downfield. They come to get him. Here's the support. O'Connor stepping, centre field, trying to link up. Jackson was there, Lewis was there.
Yeah.
Well, the freshman has now given Great Britain a penalty. Wally Lewis arguing about it.
Well, that's the most confusing decision. Well, it's 3 in a row. I thought he was against Great Britain. The other 2, there's just no way. Lewis was offside there.
Well, that's right. I thought earlier on he made a bad decision when he just allowed the Great Britain try, and now he's come up with another one which could have cost Australia a try.
Lewis at dummy half, giving the signals away. It comes out to Sterling, then on to Jackson, on to Gary Jack. Gary Jack switches it back to Tony Curry. Curry only a few metres out. A good ball out for Pearce. Oh, good defence over. Has he got there? So close. Only about half a metre in it now. Dummy half, Jackson fires it out quickly. Sterling goes on to Bacco. They're on to Bacco pretty quickly though. Wally Lewis runs from there. Looking for Jackson. They handball it back for Martin Bella. On to Sterling. They're keeping it alive, the Australians. Ford though wraps him up 10 metres out. Losing a bit of ground. It comes to Lewis. There's a little stab for the winger, O'Connor. Oh, handball out though. Henderson Gill came across to cut it off. Good patch of play from Australia. Good defence too from Great Britain.
Well, they were all offside, Great Britain, but still their defence was good. They had a little start, but as we said, we got this referee. He's not going to pay much attention to any 5 yards around the 10-metre line.
Peter Sterling takes the ball from the kickoff. Andrew Eddinghausen. He's made one clean break this afternoon. This time wrapped up with Waddell. Also Ward. Comes back for Canescu on to Vaughton. Vaughton finding little gaps up the centre. Plays it forward inside the 22. Still going. Vaughton, if he can link up. Canescu. Oh, taken high by Ford, but the referee right on the spot. Says play on. This is Bacco. Bacco's driving from the line. Bacco. Big slam and Sam in action here now. Canescu, dummy half. He goes from there. They hold him up. Can he get it down? No. Well, Great Britain under a lot of attack here from Australia at the moment. Look at the bodies, they're everywhere.
Well, that's a replay of the last set of 6 tackles. They got to their line and they come up empty, Australia. No, it was good defence and good attack.
They're showing plenty of enthusiasm in the defence so far, Great Britain, and it's good to see. I do think some of the Australian players are a bit try-hungry out there. I would have preferred to see them spread a bit wider and trying to attack in so close.
On the 22, put a ball down. Pearce can't handle it. But we'll have a scrum. I like the way Ellery Hanley always appeals to the referee. I don't know if it makes any difference, but he tries.
Well, that's practice.
He certainly tries. He has a look every time it appeals. The Union Jacks are flying just offset with this scrum, so there's plenty of support here for Great Britain. There's been quite an amount of people come out from the old art for this tour. This is Stevenson. Stevenson recovered from a shoulder injury to come back into the centres. Gets it back to Hume. Loose ball. Ellery Hanley trying to unload. There's just no one there. He stood there and spun and still couldn't unload it. Hume dummy half. Hanley a little bit slow to get up to play the ball. He can't play the ball. Well, he can't. Trying again. He's got a cramp, I'd say, in the leg. But anyway, this is Hume. Wardell, dummy half, and they're inside Australia's 22. They're in the danger zone now. Let's see if they can put a string of passes together. Yes, they do! Andy Gregory, he gets the ball out of there in. Oh, that's all right too. Martin Lockyer in for Great Britain. Some smart work there from Andy Gregory, and the Union Jack flies here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Oh, look at the colours going up from Great Britain. Martin Lockyer. He went in off Andy Gregory, but it was Ward who made the first bust. He got it to Gregory. Gregory split the Australian defence and lobbed the ball over. Lockyer in. Lachlan. This will take play just outside the Australian 22. Hume gets it on to Wardell. Wardell with a bustling run, but plenty of defence in green and gold jumpers meet him. But they're just into the 22 now. Gregory spins it out for Ward. He gets it back for Gregory. Gregory straightens the attack up. If he's got some runners, he has in Hume. Ball loose. Gregory there to snap on it. He's darting around. He's elusive, this little man. Loose pass back. It comes on to Ford. He's a stepper forward. Winds up Ford. He's going to get there. On it again. Oh, there's some good play there that time from Ford. He can step this ball, I'll tell you. And Andy Gregory doing the lead-up work again. Oh, the Englishman are going mad in the crowd. Ford, Bradford Northern player. Well, the Australians at the moment, look at Gary Jack shaking his head saying, what's wrong, what's happened? Lewis saying, let's settle it down. Here we go, Andy Gregory. It came off Mike Gregory first. Now it went back to Hume. A loose pass. Then Andy Gregory picked it up. Now this is where he made the inroads. He stood up the Australian defence. It was Wayne Pearce. Gary Jack then came and got him. But look at Ford. Just stepping his way through. Still going, beating all the defence. That's a good try.
Well, I'd credit Eric, what's his name, that Hanley?